A few nights ago, my friend asked me if I prefer secret admirer, reveal they have a crush on me, or continue to keep it a secret. Eventually, the hints in the conversation got stronger, and as you can tell by the title, he confessed his feelings for me. But before I get to the loaded details, let me give you some background. First off, let's call this friend Joey. Joey wasn't some random guy I met on a dating app, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with. I mean, I've been that random guy from a dating app confessing my feelings before. But no, he was a friend of a friend of a friend I've known for over 4 years. Long story short, we ended up being in the same gay friend group that celebrates holidays and birthdays together. But we didn't just loosely know of each other. Joey was someone I actually grew to enjoy hanging out with pretty quickly. He loved board games like I did and would constantly try to get everyone to play Taboo, a word guessing game. I secretly relished the fact that he got everyone to play because even though I wanted the same thing, I'm not one to initiate, especially if people don't seem super enthusiastic. Joey also exhibited neediness, which I knew synced up with my admittedly needy personality as well. While he brazenly sought attention, he was also quirky and fun, so I liked engaging with his questions and conversations. But it wasn't until recently that we started to develop a deeper bond. Mid-2020, as gatherings were banned and restaurants were closed, hanging out as a friend group was virtually impossible. Well, I guess it was virtually possible over video call, but it goes without saying we were socially deprived and had more time on our hands. One night, with this newfound free time, I started a random Facebook call in our group chat, curious to see who would join. Within a few minutes, Joey joined and we started catching up. We ended up having an hour-long conversation with nobody else joining. It was a refreshing personal conversation, and it reminded me of the depth and color he often brought to our group atmosphere. Like me, he was someone that had philosophical curiosities such as why people believe and do the things they do, or what people's deepest regrets are. Unlike me, he was willing to risk awkward silences by asking these kinds of questions. And even though I didn't always show immediate enthusiasm to his sometimes cringy efforts, I secretly was fond of it. After that night, we continued messaging each other more frequently. Eventually, we realized how much we both liked anime and movies and started watching them at night together online. He often had non-conventional opinions after we finished, so I'd get a thrill out of picking his brain as we discussed our views. It was honestly a very fulfilling friendship that I was happy to have formed with him. But that all took a turn when he confessed. To be honest, I already had a feeling he might like me, but I never dwelled on it or thought it was for sure. In fact, I felt that he likely didn't have feelings for me, because when he liked other people in the past, he always told them. He was brave like that, another trait I admired. But on this peculiar night, as he messaged me about my preference for what someone should do if they liked me, I was getting strong vibes that he liked me. So I asked him directly, "Are you trying to tell me that you like me?" I laughed in my mind at how straightforward I was. He immediately denied it, saying, "No, I'm just asking hypothetically." That surprised me actually. I thought he would say yes. The statistical projection of a confession dropped in my mind. As we kept chatting on the subject, I confirmed that if it were someone similar to him who had liked me, I'd prefer they tell me. With this quasi-green light, Joey revealed that he had lied and that he in fact did like me. We ended up talking about how we wanted to proceed as friends, and he shared all the details of how he had liked me on and off for quite some time. In fact, he had told our mutual friend Jenny about this crush years ago. I was shocked. I thought he probably only started liking me after we got closer these past few months, but this whole time, Jenny had known. It kind of blew my mind and made me wonder how Jenny saw our numerous interactions together at group events during all those years. As we chatted, I shared with him my honest thoughts about confessions. Oftentimes, a one-sided confession irreversibly changes the power dynamics of a relationship, giving the receiver of the confession much more power. The confessor may also become too embarrassed or emotional to stay friends. But I knew Joey wasn't like that. He doesn't disappear when he has strong emotions. He doesn't get overwhelmed with self-consciousness when he makes himself vulnerable. And that's another part of why I admired him. He was brave to say whatever he felt. He was brave to face any hate that came from that. As for me, I don't like to play the game of power dynamics either, so I was quick to somewhat balance things out by sharing these traits I liked about him. While it may take some time, I'm confident that we will continue to be close friends. He's a genuinely good person who cares about his loved ones, and I'm lucky to have him in my life. I'm also grateful that we were able to talk through his feelings in a healthy and mature way, reassuring each other that we plan to stay good friends. Catching feels often ends in broken relationships, severed ties, and burned bridges. But that's neither of our MOs. To be honest, before we even got closer this year, I had already told myself I'd be lifelong friends with him. He's someone I knew I connected with, and I'm even more sure now that we'll continue to be in each other's lives. But what about you? Has someone ever confessed their feelings for you, either directly or indirectly? Or have you ever been the confessor? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And lastly, it would mean so much to me if you'd like this video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day!